been challenged to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge by Little Miss Victoria Muldoon. Victoria. It's called the Ice Bucket Challenge. Ice Bucket.
Pour it in there, pour it in there. This makes it the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Ice Bucket Challenge.
There's some more ice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold.
Well, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Robin. We're going to show you what we do 5 times a day. Robin's got the Mickey button style feeding tube here, which takes a little extender instead of her having all that hose sticking out. First thing we do is start off with her medications. Each round has medications that go. We just unclip this. We start pushing. We do this about every 3 hours, 3.5 hours, which makes Robin have some long days, but that's part of this disease of ALS. So now we're going to go ahead and place this on here. We're going to change it up a little bit today. A lot of times we push, but I feel like I've been getting a little bit of air in her belly. I got a little bloated on me yesterday. Can you unlock it for me down there in a minute? You think you'll be able to do it? Hey everybody, my name is Jeff Robinson. I'm here to tell a story about my wife Robin Robinson, who was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, in May of 2017. Now my wife Robin has not spoke since October 8th of 2015. At that time she had some lingual tonsils removed in Morristown, Tennessee, and she was, talked normal that morning, and she had the surgery, and they said, she'd have trouble talking, probably for the first couple weeks, but everything would come back to normal. Never did I know that morning would be the last morning that my wife would be able to speak to me or pucker her lips. She lost her ability that day. Something happened to her. People say, did it cause the ALS or this and that? It didn't cause it, but there's a lot of questions that there's not answers to. Robin's been nonverbal now for over two and a half years, since October 8th, and in April of 2016, Vanderbilt thought she had Lou Gehrig's disease. They said, they thought she had ALS. Well, we had significant nerve studies done on Robin that just proved that, said she did not have Lou Gehrig's. But, some things started happening where Robin's muscles and things, she couldn't get herself up out of the floor. There was signs of things that happened to Robin, that showed that something was going on more than not just being able to speak, that she was having other issues. And I don't know, after the surgery, I just kind of felt like something was wrong, because I told her, all of her sisters at Thanksgiving that year in Ohio, that something's wrong with your sister. I said, I don't know what it is, but you know who your spouse is. After spending 20 years with somebody, you know when something's wrong, and I didn't know what it was, but I know something was wrong. Well, here we are today now in with this ALS, and everybody out there with ALS, we send our love out to you, because this disease, it just eats at them, it just takes everything, it just robs you. It robs you of your strength, does everything but rob you for your spirit, and I tell you, it tries to stomp it when it can. We try to stay upbeat. My son Brooks helps caretake with me. He might not have to do a whole lot, but you know what? When I need him, he's always there. And I can't thank my son. Not too many teenage sons at his age, from the age of 17 on up to now, he just turned 20. See themselves helping to take care of their mother like this. And he stood up, and he's been a great son, and I couldn't ask for a better son. Now we're into the mobility chairs and things like that. There's as the disease progresses, we're having to change progression in our lives. And a company in North Carolina was nice enough to bring us out a loaner chair until we can get Robin a chair. And you know, I just kind of want to let people know who Robin is. You know, she loves the band Perry over here from Greenville. They're from close to this area here. We're in Northeast Tennessee in Rogersville. And something about Perry. She likes Tyler Perry, and she likes the band Perry. And I got a brother named Perry, so I don't know. It's something about Perry that Robin she finds enjoyment by listening to music, and she loves watching Tyler Perry movies. She can watch them over and over again. She just, you know, she finds humor in that. You know, and anytime you can find a little bit of laughter with this disease, you need to grab onto it. You know, your days are long when you're a caretaker, and I got no problem with that, you know, because if you love somebody, when we got married, you know, it was, you know, during our wedding vows, it was for in sickness and in health, you know. They didn't, you know, I don't know if they told some people, hey, you're going to be taking care of them when they got a significant disease, you know, would they change their mind? I would hope not, you know, but this is part of that, you know. When we got married, you know, I signed in for this. And I love her, and I wouldn't, you know, I wish she didn't have the disease, but I wouldn't change a thing, you know. Days are long for me. I'm here with my wife basically almost 24/7. If I go to town to take care of medicines or do something like that, my son has to be here. Somebody has to be with her 24 hours a day. Not complaining. It just hurts when you see your wife being slowly eaten. It's what I could tell people. You know, a lot of people ask, you know, they'll say, well, how long do you think she's got? And I tell them, how long do you think you got? Because we don't know how long we got on this earth. You know, so be kind one to another. Do something good for somebody. Don't kick people when they're down. This disease just eats you. It just eats your soul. And it eats my soul to watch my wife be in a condition knowing there's things she wants to do. You know, time's running out. Sure, we know that, but there's still things we're going to do. You know, we've always talked about going to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to do my best to get her to the Grand Canyon. You know, we can look at that, and it will cost nothing to look at it. It costs to get there, but we always talked about going to the Grand Canyon. We started there back in 1998, and it was so hot that year we was too scared to drive our old car that far because they showed all these cars broken down on the way. And I said, man, we better not try it. So we turned around in Branson, Missouri, and came back to Tennessee. Funny story. And but my wife, she's such a loving soul, man. She always loved baking for people. She can't bake and stuff no more. You know, she's a good coach for me, even though she has to talk with a speaking device. You know, she still coaches. You know, she's still a good cooking coach. And, you know, every year for Christmas, she'd give away. People would look forward to my wife's bread. She made that Amish friendship bread. Or made sloppy joe and sent it over to, like, my friends over at A1 in Greenville. You know, the people in Greenville over there, they've been good to us over the years, and they've been good friends. And my wife took sloppy joe, and one year she got to make it for the football team when they went to state, and she just was so proud that them boys wanted her sloppy joe. That really made her feel good, and that's just the kind of person she is. And you know, I tell you, I just ask people to pray for my wife. You know, she's such a good person. She just turned 50 years old. And, you know, we're not giving up. We're not going to give up. You know, Stephen Hawking's lived with this disease for a long time. Of course, it's not affected his breathing. And so far, my wife, you know, it's not affecting her breathing other than just eating at her muscles and limiting her mobility. You know, we have to help her on and off the commode and do showers and things like that. And I got no problem with that. But I just ask that everyone pray for my wife Robin, and pray for me and my son Brooks, man. That, you know, we just we're able and our health's good enough to be able to take care of her. And I appreciate you taking the time to listen. We love everybody. Thank you very much.